This is me here actually, and this is my son Jonah and my daughter Sophia and Iris, my wife. This is Babrik, our volunteer coordinator, who's probably helping you out. And I just want to introduce you to the Trello board. If you haven't used it before, Trello is a really powerful, amazing tool that helps you coordinate among a distributed team and kind of keep an overview of who's doing what. And it's also, for us, it's a really nice way to connect. So the way this works is, this is just some general information I provided, including just like how does it work, and you can just click on these cards and it will tell you the information below. Copies, for example, of messages you might need to send, and this is the email that you got oriented you briefly to this, but for example, here's dear teachers, dear superintendents, dear principals, and you can just click on here to download any of these messages. These are Word files if you need them. If you need an Excel sheet to track the emails you collect and what responses you get, you can just go here and similarly download this file. This is the who is who. Please, when you get a chance, add your photo. You can see here, all you do is drag a photo on and then it comes to the top, and then just describe a little bit about yourself so that we can know, who you are, and you can see who everybody else is. And initially, if you look up here, you'll be invited to the board, to the Trello board, and then I think you need to verify with your email address. But then you can go in and change your user ID. So initially it's just a letter. It's just, I think, the first letter of your email or something random like that. But you can add a photo and then you can change it so it's your name. And once we've done that, initially, for example, take here, this says contact Texas principals. This is Fiona May. So I've just dragged her down to assign her to this. So what she would do, or maybe you're on another card, maybe initially we asked you to contact Texas superintendents, for example, and maybe there's some additional information in this card that you can click and get, or maybe a file or something relative to that task. So you would be asked to do a particular task, and then once you are actually doing it, then you would simply drag the card to the task in progress over here. Just drop it over here, and then once you're done with it, then you would drag it over to task finished. And if you got any input from people, you would definitely pass it on to us as we request. And then what we would do is just summarize whatever interesting information that we got, or maybe we got some insight that will allow us to decide a better path to take to get the input we want. And what we're getting, a just broad overview, is to find out what teachers want from the Fate Changer app, what ideas they have, what components they find more compelling, any problems they have with the navigation of the app, or any ideas that they have for it. So that input is critical to allow us to create a really powerful app that will be really useful for them. And at the same time, it will direct us to figure out which resources exactly are they really interested in. So we can use our own time, our own resources, so to speak, in the most effective manner to really achieve the greatest impact in terms of it being useful for the teachers, and then subsequently for them to use it with the kids, and then the big picture, really to empower the kids to have a voice about the oceans and the environment in general, and to actually do something to have an impact on national and local environmental policy. So those are the broad brushstrokes of what we're doing. But this Trello board is pretty key to enable us to have an overview of who's doing what, and to track the progress, and it's really critical. So please participate in this. And by the way, here I just had given you an example. I'll drag this card back here of asking someone to do something, in this case Fiona May. But after you've done a task, say you've dragged it over to the, the task finished, then what you can do is just drag your own name down to, I'll just do one with my card, with my little picture here of me surfing actually. So then you could just drag a card of your own card down to another task, and then you can assign it to yourself, and then you can go task in progress and go through that same process. So these are all things that need to be done. Here, I'll take it back, take my thing back off of here. Figure out how to do that. Well, I'll figure that out later. Remove from card, okay, whatever. So the tasks, by the way, these are all equally important. Superintendent, principal, teacher. We're just taking each of those routes and seeing how much feedback we get, which one is more successful. If we, for example, are able to get one superintendent to ask his principals to ask their teachers to do the survey and give input, then that's going to be a huge amount of data, but that might not work. So we're just going to try these different avenues out to figure out what's the best one for us, what's the one that makes the most sense. So sometimes guesswork isn't enough. You just have to get in there and give it a try. So yeah, just email Babrik if you have any questions, and thanks for joining the team.